I have been doing 25 muscle ups in average in a total of past 20 days, and I generated over 500 muscle ups in the past 3 weeks. And here's my thoughts. I realized that it is more about the technique and the strength technique. So how can you accumulate power in any moment, in any position of the muscle up? And one thing I have to mention is there are 3 categories to pulling movement. The pulling movement, I mean on the vertical pulling, or also better known as pull-ups. Pull-ups are the movement of category number 1. Category number 1 movements are movements where you have the position of high stability. It's an dead hang position or hold, chin above the bar. Those are the positions of high stability, and there is the transition between those two positions, where there's a muscle connection and muscle tissue pulling you up and down essentially. After that we have pulling. Why is this important? Well, I am telling you, you'll see in a bit. After this we have category 2 movement of pulling movement, vertical pulling movement, which is high pulls. High pulls are when you gain a bit of momentum and you just pull yourself, pull chest to bar. Even higher than that is ideal. And there are position of high stability, which is the dead hang and a pull up hold in the upper section of the movement. And between those two there's a loss of connection. So when you are in the dead hang position, you pull as hard as you can to get over the bar, get your chin over the bar, ideally even your chest. While you've done 1 repetition of that high pull, then there's a loss of connection between the muscle, and that's where we generate that fast twitch muscle fiber, which will allow us to do further advanced movements down the road. That's why regular pull-ups are often not going to get you to actual muscle ups. And there's a category 3 movements, which are muscle ups. Muscle ups are movements where there are positions of high stability in different order. So there's a position, starting position, and there's a position of high stability, which is when your hands are locked out in a single bar dip. And the first position, the position of transitioning, is the dead hang. When you pull yourself up the bar, you need to be in a hollow pull-up position. What's a hollow pull-up? Hollow pull-up is when you don't have that arch in lower back, which many people who do pull-ups do on regular basis. And that kind of pull-up will further down the road get you able to do skills and muscle ups, and those are very important. You can still use the arch pull-ups, which is when the lower back is arched and where you engage your lats a bit more than they're supposed to be. Because when you are arched and when your chest is like right above the bar, your head is a little bit pulled back, because you're by arching the lower back, you're pulling yourself back, making the lat do the job, and therefore you can't get chest over the bar. Literally, you are stopping yourself, blocking your way to get over the bar. So this is a hollow. And you need to get like this, not like that. You can't do this. This is physically impossible. Then we need to schedule our training program. So for the training program, we need to go in the manner that do some certain exercises that will get us unlock that technique. So that is pullovers, where you do toes the bar and you raise your legs even further and just rotate your body around the bar, and then you'll end up in a single bar dip. You can do the negative muscle up, which is when you are slowly and steadily going down from the dip and making that transition. That transition is very important. That is the hardest part, because most people, there's too much stress on the bones and the ligaments. Therefore, it's too hard to hold it in the beginning, but keep doing it just to make your body used to that repetitions. You can also do jump muscle ups. It's similar to pullover. Rather for this movement, you just need to jump over the bar, choose some lower bar and jump over it. You will again end up in a single bar dip with the locked out arms, and just slowly get into dead hang back down. Then there are high pulls. High pulls are just for that grip strength, for fast twitch, for the fast explosive twitch fiber pulling strength that will get you over the bar much easier. You can also practice distance band pull-ups. Those are really good for getting the mechanics in, because most people struggle to get that momentum in to get over the bar. Why is this important? Why is this maybe even preventing you from actually doing the muscle ups correctly? If you, in the beginning, it's really important to do those. If you have a resistance bands is no more than maybe 5 or 10 euros or dollars. Just put a resistance band on the bar and attach it to your both of your legs. Do a little bunny hop. Not your feet are supposed to be as the best way for me to explain this is with pendulum. Pendulum is the kind of thing that goes like this. So those are like balls attached to literally hang from certain height, all of the time circulating the energy that it needs for the pendulum to continue that power exchange that it usually has. Your feet are like, you need to treat them like pendulums. Jump from the bar, and when you have the most leverage, so most leverage is right here, then you need to pull yourself, you need to bring your feet with that mini hop as far as you can actually get them. If you try to do muscle ups with the jump on the bar, there's a bigger chance that you'll pull that muscle up in than if it's done regularly, where you grab where you treat it like pull up, because you've gained a much more power, much more leverage from that jump or that mini hop that will essentially shape your path to first muscle up. To get to first muscle ups, you need to have certain you have to have strength, of course, and you need to train regularly. I trained muscle ups for the past 20 days every day without skipping, and so you should treat your physical training consistently every day. The minimum is 20 pull-ups for more than 3 months of consistently doing them, like consistently having more than 20 pull-ups as your max setting of pull-ups, and to actually have maybe 30 or 40 dips. That's a rough estimate. Okay, so for a better, more detailed explanation, imagine having a whip. Wait a moment. So here's the whip. This is a resistance band. Let's say this is your body. This is the shape of your body, like this. And when you go like that, right, you're hanging on the bar and you're swinging to gain momentum to get over the bar. What is also the good analogy is the whip. Let's say you are trying to do muscle ups, but you still cannot get this. So you just do it like that, like this, going swinging and making sure your body gets a little bit arched back, and then when your shoulders are above the bar, then you just swing. You go into hollow lower back position as much as you can. You do this, you try to go in an arch position and then generate. That's the one of the secrets that I discovered while doing muscle ups. So literally, as I'm hanging on the bar, I'm going to go like this. My back is going like that. You can better see it on the example on the screen right now. You can clearly see that my back is getting at the split second in an arched position, and then I'm launching myself with my lats, using my biceps and triceps to make that transition with as much correct form as I possibly can, and just do a single bar dip. For starters, I will say you that the best way to start is to just do regular pull-ups, multiply the number of desired maximum amount of reps in one set in a row, and multiply that number by 2, or even maybe it's better to multiply it by 2.5. If that's 20 pull-ups, it will be 50 pull-ups per day of workout, and try to generate those numbers 3 to 4 times a week. So that's 200 pull-ups. After that, try to play on the bar and try to do one muscle up for the sake of just doing it without any correct form. Try buying a band, try doing jump muscle ups, and by trying and seeing what suits you the best, then through developing, after getting to 5 or even more reps, or even more reps of muscle ups in a row, then consider doing the same thing here. Apply the desired maximum reps in a set by 2.5 and do them consistently. If you do 17, if you do, let's say 7, if your desired is 7 muscle ups is your desired number, multiply that by 2.5 and that's 17.5, just rounded up on 18 reps or 17 reps. What fits you the best, and try to move forward, try to push yourself every week, increasing the number of reps by 3, by 5, it doesn't matter. It can be even the smallest change. The biggest, the most crucial thing is that you're improving every week, or even or ideally even every single training day. So this method of determining your maximum reps in one set and multiplying and doing the working sets, the regular working sets. The working sets is where you're doing the number of reps in 60 to 70% of 100 of your max. So let's say if we're doing 60% of 20 pull-ups, that is going to be 12 pull-ups, and you're going to do 12 pull-ups for 5 or 6 sets. That's your main goal. That's your target. That's what should be that's what you should be targeting. And training every day, eating the same meals, sleeping on the same in the same time interval, ideally before midnight on 10 p.m. and maybe even recording your form and seeing how the form improves over time. That is all I had for this one. Keep training and keep working hard. Bye.